after the finals were completed, you actually filmed something with the late, great Kobe Bryant, right?
Yes. Well, it was prior to that we filmed. You're talking about the real world?
Yeah, where y'all played a little one-on-one.
One-on-one. This was the year we went to the conference finals versus Chicago.
Okay.
So I think that was in 97, 98 when we did the Chicago versus us in the conference finals. Come back to L.A., Gail D'Agostino, business manager, says, hey, the MTV, The Real World, this is when The Real World was just starting, when all the roommates lived together and all that. This is when unscripted reality TV was just booming. They want to do an episode where you and Kobe play one-on-one versus the cast of The Real World. I'm like, sure, cool. And I think this is just going to be like a soft, us two versus, I think there was like 8 or 9 of them. Easy work. So I just remember Gail telling me, look, I'm just letting you know, when you get there early, Kobe's going to want to play you one-on-one. Right? I'm like, what do you mean play? We're just coming off playing MJ, right? Yeah. And, he loved MJ. He wanted to know everything about MJ. So when we get there, he needs to know what was being said in that series. What was Michael saying to you? What were you saying to him? Mm-hmm. He X's and O's. He wanted to know everything. Yeah. I was like, okay. And, I kept calling Mike, that black cat, this and that black cat. I can't, because, he and I never have had a great relationship. Yeah. And I kept saying, that mother, and, man. And he's just looking at me. He's taking notes. He's like, Reg, you're going to refer to me one day as the caramel cat. I'm like, look at this dude, the caramel cat.
He was close, Black Mamba, caramel cat.
He's like, come on, man, let's go play some one-on-one. I'm like, I'm 30. Yeah. He's at the time maybe 19, 20. I'm like, we're not going to play one-on-one. Thank God the cast started to come in. I was like, how do you want to handle this, man? He's like, I got this. All you need to do is throw lobs all day. He's like, I got this. Like, you want to go on like that? He's like, I want to destroy them. I want to kill them. I'm like this 19-year-old. Like, this is entertainment. Let's just have some fun. He's like, no, I want to destroy these kids. Who do they think they are to be on the same court with us? I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. So I did get on the court and I showed him. He's like, I do want to know one thing. Your step back. How do you do this step back going to your left and you pull back and you create so much separation? So I'm kind of showing him. I did show him a couple MJ moves in the post and all that. And this is what I did against them. And this is how I tried to guard him. Lo and behold, fast forward, 3 years later, who do we meet in the NBA Finals?
Caramel cat.
That caramel cat. And the Lakers. It's 2-1. They had won the first 2 at home. We won Game 3 in our building. Game 4 is in our building. The great Shaquille O'Neal fouls out. Going into overtime. We got this.
Yeah.
We had no answer for Shaq. Thank God. We had no answer. And that caramel cat not only used the moves that I showed him on the step back, and how to guard MJ in the post, and this is what I did against him. He used all those moves versus Jack and I in that overtime to win that game and go up 3-1. I'm like, this dude was freaking studying. Yeah. He was studying at 19.
At 19.
Wow.
And he took over the game, got so hot that one possession, I'm like, Reg, let me get him. I got him. I got him. It wasn't like I'm thinking I'm going to shut him down. I'm thinking I'm going to hammer him one time, send a message, not on our watch. The dude made a crossover move on me at the top of the key and elevated so fast, I had no opportunity to hit him. I looked at Reggie like, you got him. You got him. But, it shows his mentality and his greatness that he prepared for the moment by showing the respect to an all-time great, that he had something that I didn't have, and I'm willing to humble myself and take notes and become better so that when the lights come on and I'm in that position, I got all the answers. Think about it. He came to my house as a teenager and in Saddle River, New Jersey. I didn't even know him, knock on my door and sat for an hour and picked my brains as far as just the league and the things you go through. And so think about if he did it to you, he did it to me. Think about the encounters he's had across, and it showed in his greatness. And he put himself in the GOAT discussion because of his mentality and how prepared he was.
I tell people all the time, him, Michael, Magic Larry, those dudes were always playing chess, where the rest of us were always playing checkers. At times we could be playing chess, certain games. Those dudes always played chess. Always. They never played checkers at all. The only thing they knew how to play checkers. They were always 4 or 5 steps ahead of whatever you thought you were going to do. Yeah. Now, there was games where I could play chess against certain players. Those dudes were on a different level. And that's why it's funny how Kobe never gets put in that GOAT. It's always LeBron and Michael. I think Kareem should be in a GOAT discussion as well. His name really doesn't get, but no one really talks about Kobe. And if we're going to a playground,
think about it.
And those dudes are all lined up.
When we're losing the mic, there's no way in the world you tell me I'd ever put anybody in that discussion. But watching what Kobe was able to do and watching it up close, it's a toss-up between those two as far as in between those lines.
I mean, rip your heart out with your family in attendance. I mean, because, again, and I always tell, to me, Michael Jordan is the greatest player. I'll go to my grave with that.
Say that again, please. Say that again for
not today.
For not today. No, say that for the young buck.
I'm tired. I had no yesterday. Don't do this.
No,
today.
fatigue is not an excuse.
Why do you like throwing me up as a sacrificial lamb? He wants me to say LeBron is the greatest, so they can do it in the comments. Okay, LeBron is the greatest to me. Okay.